Welcome to the OVW podcast, the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. I'm joined today, as always, by my co-host, Brian Hines.
Afternoon, everybody.
We are crunched for time here, so we're going to go ahead and talk to our great guest, our second time joining us. Amazing Maria, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Thank you for joining us on such short notice. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
You guys at OVW ended 2023 with a bang. It seems like since the last time we talked to you, since The Wrestlers on Netflix came out, has only been incremental improvement for you guys.
Yes, up and on.
What's it been like backstage with all the improvements going on outside of in the arena?
Oh my gosh, it's been fantastic. I know you guys have actually been there and seen the upgrades and the things that we've got going on inside the arena. Same thing backstage. We've got new production things happening backstage. We've got new assets coming on board. I can't talk. I'm stuttering. But yes, we have new assets coming on board. New talent coming in. We always kick off our beginning of the year with the Nightmare Rumble, which to showcase new talents that we would like to have in for the year. So everything is growing upward and forward.
If there was someone from the Nightmare Rumble that really stuck out to you, that you really, as OVW, as someone that represents OVW, you wanted to bring in, who would it be?
100% Holiday. She is an amazing talent.
All right.
She did a great job for us. Like she was in there.
Absolutely.
She sure did.
Her tenacity, her stamina, her in-ring ability. She's just phenomenal inside and out of the ring, and I would love to have her in as much as possible.
So there's been, on the women's side of things, there's been a major announcement recently.
Yes.
Mickie James is joining the company in a big role. Do you mind to kind of detail some of the things that she's going to be doing inside of OVW?
Mickey's coming on board to help with the women's division. We have some secrets we can't let out just yet.
Absolutely.
But she and I are going to be working very closely. We've got some exciting new things. Possibly, I'll give you a little tidbit, a new show coming available for OVW. Maybe, lots of new talent coming in. Everybody stay tuned for that. But we are so excited to have Mickie on board, and we all can't wait to just learn from her knowledge and have her around to be able to help us out.
Will you be working kind of closely with Mickie James?
Yes, 100%. Mickie and I are going to be working closely. Like it's always been my vision to make the OVW women's division bigger and better. And with Mickey's knowledge, I feel like she and I together will be able to bring something phenomenal into OVW that has never been there before.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the two of you guys, with all the experience that you have with OVW and all the experience that she has in the wider wrestling world, I think that you two are going to make an amazing pair.
We're excited.
Do you mind if I ask what your role is as far as backstage in OVW?
I still work very closely with the female talent, of course. Agent, producer, coach. Right now, just kind of wear all the hats right now backstage.
So your role kind of hasn't really changed a lot.
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
No, my role is pretty much the same, actually.
Professional badass. Got it.
Good. We know that a lot of people had been questioning what your role would be with OVW, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to have you on today, is to let everyone know that you're not going anywhere, and that even if they try to get rid of you, you can't leave.
Oh, no. OVW stuck with me. I've been there since 2014. Al stuck with me.
I don't think he'd have it any other way.
I know I wouldn't.
But no, you know what, guys? I woke up this morning, and I swear to you, I had about 149 text messages, DMs, instant messages. Everybody's like, oh, my God, are you fired from OVW? What's going on? I'm like, guys, no, I'm not fired. I'm not going anywhere. We are forever growing and moving forward. And, and with that, we need to bring on extra help. Like we're expanding the company. So
there's a lot of new money. Why not use it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, why would we not bring in someone with a fantastic mind such as Mickie James to help with the women's division? Her knowledge with her own vision for to help empower women is phenomenal.
Hmm.
So, why would we not utilize her brain power and her mind just to help out our company as well?
No, and absolutely. And we wanted to kind of have you on today just to brush up, get a little backstage perspective on Mickie showing up for the women's division, showing up to OVW in general, and to clear the air. Maria's not going anywhere. She did not get fired. She's still wearing all the hats. She's still a badass backstage at OVW and for the women's division in OVW.
Aw, thanks, guys. Yeah, like, we're moving into a new era. Like, OVW is just growing, and it's getting huge, so
It's unbelievable.
I know we're so looking forward to see what the summer has to offer. We have a spring tour that is being planned, our summer tour, of course, and then possibly a fall tour as well. So,
Okay.
like, we need all hands on deck.
Absolutely.
These are really exciting times.
I know that I know that you're at work. I know that you sat down. You were nice enough to give us a few minutes of your time today, Maria. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for joining us on the OVW podcast this afternoon.
Absolutely, thank you guys. Hope
Tell
y'all have a
Maximo we said hey.
wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
See ya.
Said hi. Bye.
All right. That was our first phone interview.
Yeah, we did it.
We did.
Congratulations.
It almost worked.
It almost worked.
It
I
almost.
just had 2 minor heart attacks back here in the control booth, but I'm okay now. Little defibrillation, and I'm just fine.
So let's unpack that a little bit.
First, I'm glad that they didn't do any. That Maria's still with us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. That was first and foremost what we wanted to do here today. Is I know for us personally, Maria was such a big help, has been such a big help with this podcast.
It wouldn't have been the same without her.
really
in
wouldn't
terms
have.
of like all the people we've gotten a chance to talk to,
And just quality.
Yeah.
Overall quality, not just in guest quality, but teaching us how to talk to wrestlers, teaching us that it's okay to kick back with wrestlers a little bit. We don't have to be on pins and needles because they're just human beings too. So definitely, and not only that, but like she was such a charmer in that Netflix series that I think people outside of OVW, maybe that only saw the series, would be upset if they let her go as well.
Yeah.
After seeing not only the hard work she puts in backstage, her, motherly instincts coming on backstage, but also she got her ass kicked by her own daughter. You can't really fire somebody like that.
No. Invaluable.
Yeah, and again, just on the way out here, Mickie James. Well, not on the way out because we still have a lot of stuff to unpack. I was trying to throw this whole episode away. Mickie James has been hired to. Let's go ahead, Brian. You have the press release pulled up right there. Can you put on your best announcer voice and give us, or just like maybe you're like Walter Cronkite and give us this press release?
I would be happy to. Hold, please. For immediate release, wrestling legend Mickie James teams up with Ohio Valley Wrestling in a trailblazing role. Mickie James, known for her remarkable career and influence in women's wrestling, has teamed up with Ohio Valley Wrestling to serve as creative director and head of female talent, as well as executive producer for all OVW wrestling shows. Mickie James is a name synonymous with excellence in the wrestling industry, and we are incredibly excited to be working with her, said lead OVW commentator and producer Brian Kennison. Her experience, talent, and vision will be invaluable in elevating our programming and our women's division to new heights.
And that is the end of the release?
No, that is just
That's just the
the beginning of it.
Then,
There's
no,
like
then
5 paragraphs.
I think that kind of covers it.
Yeah, the next 2 or 3 paragraphs kind of underscore her contributions to women's wrestling.
If I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, because it was either her or Lita. I want to say that Mickie James was the first woman to ever headline a Raw. I want to say it was her and Trish Stratus.
I mean, that's the right era.
Yeah, I might be completely wrong about that. I want to say that it was. We might need to. Producer Malachi might have to look that one up, but I want to say that Mickie James was the first person to headline a Raw.
So she is often an overlooked part of the OVW class that included Brock Lesnar
right.
and all.
Yes.
She was in that same class with the 4 that you always hear about.
Right.
She's there too, and you know, female wrestlers just often don't get the same.
What year was that? Are we talking 2003?
2001, 2002 was
Yeah.
when she was at OVW, so she'd
Okay,
have
'cause
been in WWE like 2004.
It does mention that at the end of the press release. Let me read this one last paragraph at the end that kind of like wraps everything up.
Yeah.
When Mickie was signed to her first WWE developmental contract, she was part of the OVW roster in a legendary class that produced megastars like Randy Orton, John Cena, and Dave Bautista, among many others. Mickie went on to become a 5-time WWE Women's Champion as well as WWE Divas Champion. To be working with the OVW again in this role is a first full circle moment for me. I owe a lot of my success to OVW and to be working with, the foundation it gave me to become an 11-time Women's World Champion. Now I get to pay it back and pay it forward in a way. I'm excited for a new year, a new vision, and a bright new future with OVW in 2024 was her final quote for the press release.
If I'm not mistaken, and I think the press release touches on it, Brian, you can check. You've got it up in front of you.
I do.
Mickie put together a all-women's pay-per-view event
NWA pay-per-view.
in like 22 or 23, right?
It was called Empower with 3 R's.
Yeah, because the name of the NWA Weekly show is Power with 3 R's.
I see.
Yeah,
And
it's like a pirate. Really.
Also, like, they didn't. It's so in a press release. Obviously, you put WWE because that's the one that's what people recognize. There's a whole segment of the world that doesn't call wrestling wrestling. They call it WWE.
Right.
So that's why you put WWE in the press release. But I want to say, as a really big Impact fan, I think they called it Mickie James's last ride. Don't sleep on any match that she did during that entire thing. She did a death match. And she was like, at this point, she's like 15 years, 20 years into her career and is still like putting on
Tearing
banger matches. And also, it's easy to laugh at Impact. Don't do it. They're great. Just watch it Impact. Go to a live Impact show, guys.
They're
Seriously.
now TNA. They just changed back.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, really?
I did see that. We'll
They've
see.
been releasing a whole new set of belts. Not to talk about other brands, but they are some delicious looking belts.
Up until kind of recently, Impact and OVW had a really strong, close relationship. So I think it's fair to kind of mention Impact a little bit. But Mickie James, not just for her contribution to WWE, really, really still like a solid wrestler. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her in OVW eventually.
I was going to say, what do you think the chances are we get, say, a Mickie James, Amazing Maria Angle? I'd like to see that.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I wouldn't mind it. I really wouldn't mind it.
No, not at all. So that'd be fun.
It would. And it's just like having somebody backstage like that. As far as women's wrestling goes, as far as wrestling goes in general, this is a A-list, bright wattage star. The same, and to have her full time in any capacity in OVW, even if it was just being a wrestler, is an asset.
That is a huge get.
But to have her in a role, in a managerial role, not a kayfabe manager, but an administrative role. Yeah, that's probably the word I should look for. That's huge, and it just goes to show that like these new investors in OVW. Having Mick Foley and Mickie James there in the same week and having Mickie James there full time, these guys are serious about spending money.
And
Hell
God,
yeah.
it's so pretty now. They've got the new they've got the new backsplash image of the OVW logo when the wrestlers are coming through the ring, through the curtain. Like all of it, it's just getting all the little touches are just.
One thing I
really
noted
kicking.
on Saturday was it felt like it was brighter in there. What's the thing that it reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of that scene in Spider-Man where Peter Parker is wrestling Randy Savage.
You mean Bonesaw?
Yeah, that one. Because
got
it
you
just
for
kind of had
3
that
minutes.
kind of look to it, and the new ropes.
Yeah,
The
those
new
white ropes
ropes really
popped.
popped.
I noticed that on the Thursday show that we went to.
Yeah.
Really looked really great on TV. Still very tense. The ropes are still very tense.
Yeah,
You can tell those old ones had been through a lot.
a lot of history in them ropes.
On the way out here, I want all of our listeners to email GT's Kombucha and get us a sponsorship with GT's Kombucha. That's what I want all of our listeners to do. Thank you, listeners.
Jackman drinks weird stuff.
That makes one of us.
You want me to do the post roll? You want to do post roll?
Paper, rock, scissors.
All right.
All right, ready? Let's do 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Where are we at?
Referee Daniel Spencer would be so pleased to see you guys doing rock, paper, scissors.
We unofficially did that for him.
Yeah.
The OVW podcast, the 10th Carney
Hang
Award
on one
nominated.
second. Hang on.
Oh?
P.S. Woodard has something to say.
Get in there, Michael.
P.S.
It is criminal. You did not thumb wrestle.
Oh, next time.
Next time.
Hey, I'm going back to Ohio. I'll bring my thumb wrestlers. It's going to be Hillbilly Jim versus
Oh, God,
mystery
you
opponent.
have the old WWF thumb wrestlers?
I don't have all of them, but I have a couple.
I have enough to have a match.
Yeah,
You got a baby and a heel.
Well, I know what's going on our broadcast table here very soon.
Oh, you betcha.
All right, so try that again.
So we good? All right, take two and action. The OVW podcast, the 10th Carney Award nominated unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling.
The 10th Carney Award winning unofficial winner of the Carney Award.
Yes.
Yes.
They've been postponed.
No, there was a 10 count. We won.
Yeah, nobody showed up.
We were at the venue. Nobody showed up.
Yeah, so
It's not.
Disqualified.
It wasn't till Sunday.
Belts changed hands.
yeah, it was a house show. It's just one of those things.
It was in Brazil.
The 10th Carney Award nominated unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling is produced by Blacklight Moon Productions at Nut House Studios in Lexington, Kentucky. The OVW podcast broadcast team is Jackman Oaks and myself, Brian Hines. Our senior engineer and editor is Malachi Woodard. Executive producer is Tiny Brian K. Woodard. Senior producer for The Blimp is Victor Anderson. After watching wrestlers on Netflix, visit ovwpodcast.com/podcasters to find all episodes of our unofficial Wrestlers After Show. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcast, rate us 5 stars, and give us a review.
You can also follow us at OVW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and to the fights.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything.
With all this raining, you might
I
wanna,
didn't have anything.
With all this rain we've been getting in the central Kentucky area, you might want to follow us to high ground.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Love
very
you
much.
guys.